Welcome to Eden TV. One day to go till officially spring. It's been spring for a month or two now in my books, but definitely spring is upon us. And as a citrus owner, one of your most important jobs, so that you don't get all upset about your ugly leaves, is to spray your new leaves as they turn up. Okay, so now is the time of the big spring flush, and the cure for. There is no cure for crinkly leaves, but there is a prevention tactic. And essentially, what we're all about is, as the new leaves turn up, we're gonna just make sure I'm spraying up the right way. Oh, there we go. So we just want to cover these new leaves. I like to do this. Normally, I would do this at home in the evening, just so there's not too many of my friendly insects around that I might accidentally spray. Not that just kind of, it's not good for insects to get the oil on them, because it actually can block up their breathing holes. But here, if you're familiar with this, what we're doing is actually just making a slippery surface that the moth of the citrus leaf miner can't actually lay its eggs on. So it's actually really, really benign process that we're doing here. And if you do this, and if you do it once a week, through the probably for the next 6 to 8 weeks, and I do it once a week, and as the leaves are getting bigger, until they sort of feel tough, and then we're pretty much protected for the most of the season. If you do notice, because I believe the leaf miner's already been active, and that one's got a little bit of leaf miner on it, so I'm actually going to remove that now, because there's an active worm in there, or active caterpillar. So if you do have any distorted ones, just remove those and away you go. So that's a really important job to do. And then of course there's also the once a quarter, obviously it depends slightly on your cycle, but once a quarter, so using the eco oil for that, and once a quarter, give your citrus a good feed. And I like the sort of the chicken poo dynamic lifter style pellets. And this variety is really nice because it's got actually a bit of citrus. It's got a bit of extra potassium there to sort of drive the flowers and the fruit. Okay, so and remember to water them. It's getting warm, so so get your citrus off in the right start. You should start seeing lots of flowers and have that lovely scent in the air. So that's fantastic. And then another nice little job for spring is, there's heaps of seedlings, and I'm a big fan of seedlings, particularly for new gardeners. But you don't necessarily get all of the breadth of potential varieties out there with the seedlings, because they, obviously the market for tomatillos, the key ingredient of the sort of Mexican or Spanish salsa verde, is relatively small, but there's heaps and heaps of interesting seeds that you can plant. So today I thought I'd actually plant up something that looks like a little bit of salsa verde. So let's plant some seeds. So what I've got here is a tamped down. This is the process of tamping. A tamped down. I'm actually not using a seed raising mix. I mean, often I do use a seed raising mix, which is a bit finer. This is actually just a premium potting mix, but it will work well enough. Okay, I'm just going to make a few little lines so I know what I'm doing. Okay, and let's get some salsa verde seeds in there. Oh. There we go. Sticking together. There we go. So the tomatillo is actually in the tomato family, very similar looking seeds. And so it's just, all I'm doing is I'm just kind of wriggling my thumb and forefinger around as I just sort of slowly kind of drop them out. I'm going to end up with more plants than I need, which I will thin out in a few weeks' time. Okay, might do a second line of those. Okay, and here we go. This doesn't have to be too precision a job. There we go. So I've done 2 lines of those, and then I think I'm going to go for some Mibuna. Okay, so Mibuna is a Japanese or an Asian green, and it's in the sort of the broad sort of mustard family. Close relative of Mizuna, which is that common frilly, slightly peppery thing that you get in mixed salads and that kind of thing. So again, we'll just do these are slightly bigger things, and we'll just okay. As I rotate my thumb and forefinger, they all sort of fall out. Okay, so there we go. I could probably have squeezed another line in there, but that's fine. Okay. Now, I then like to just, and a general principle is that you kind of cover these, cover seeds to the depth of about twice the depth of twice the size of the seed. I'm just going to do this thing. All I'm doing is I'm actually just rubbing my hands together with a bit of potting mix over the top, just to kind of cover them, and this works pretty well. Okay. The Mibuna seeds are a little bit bigger, so I might just do a little bit more over there. Okay, and after this I'm going to just give this a nice water with a nice fine hose on fine rose on a watering can. But before I do that, the most important job, so often forgotten by the people like me, is that I'm actually going to, where's my pencil gone? Oh, I've lost my pencil. Okay, I have lost my pencil. But, oh, there it is. Pencil, perhaps need a pencil sharpener as well. Pencils are actually quite good for writing on labels because pencil lead doesn't wash off. So we've got some tomatillos, and I like to write the date, 31st of August. I'll stick that there. If you don't do this, even Albert Einstein would probably get it wrong in terms of what he planted where. So this is Mibuna. So you think you're going to remember, but you won't. Particularly if you do a lot of them, you will not remember. And you know, if you're relatively inexperienced of identifying the young leaves, bad things can happen. So, and then we're just going to do a little bit of watering. You know, you put the big plant in the wrong place, or the plant that wants a bit of sun in the shady spot, all that kind of stuff. So there we go, seeds planted, and yeah, great fun. So have a go at this at home for some of those unusual things that you like that you can't see in the shops. All right, see you next time.